محمد وآله وأصحابه أجمعين. Now Imam Rahmatullahi alayhi will be mentioning that people are of different types. So there are some people, they are doing what they are doing because that is the requirement of their qalb and their heart. So that is called khilqi. Yani naturally that is their requirement, they are doing it. Even if you will leave them alone and their life, they will be doing the same. And there are another type of people, they are doing things but iktisabi. Iktisabi means they adopt it because of certain things. Either they are in a group, they are doing a thing, so he is doing the same, or some other motives is pushing him to do that thing. Now if he will not be with the same group, or that motive is no more there, so he will not do the same. We can give you an example, like sometime a person, he will be with nice and pious people, so he will be praying as well and he will be having tasbih, and that is the motive. But if you will leave him alone, so then he will not take care of prayer or anything else. He will leave it because that has not become his khilqa. That is something arizi. Arizi means temporarily which is pushing him. Got it? And that's why that if somebody who does not feel any difficulty in good deeds, he is not feeling any, otherwise any deed and actions, you have to spend some of your energy and some of your power therein and your time as well. So you have to convince yourself to do that. Yes or not? But if you will approach such a level that you are not making too much effort, but you are doing it like this. So it means that you have been blessed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Those practices have become your second nature now. Got it? And same is the case of the opposite side. If somebody, he is doing bad things, and in doing bad, he is not feeling or facing any difficulty. For him, evil deeds are like 1, 2, 3, very easy. So it means that his nature has turned to a nature of shaitan. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive and forbid. So Imam Rahmatullah alayhi says, some people, they are doing things good or bad because that is their khilqi. And some of them, they are doing things good or bad because that is for them iktisabi. Got it? Say? Yes. So now, Imam Rahmatullahi alayhi says, then people in this regard are of two types as well. So there are sharp people. They are not looking at actions only. They are trying to find out the ruh and spirit of actions. Got it? And they are not looking at shapes only. They are trying to have the malaka and the control and the main switch in their hand. Of good deeds or bad deeds, whatever their nature is. Got it? And there are some sleepy type of people, so they are looking at actions and shapes. Got it? We call them zahir bin. Yeah, superficial. We call them what? Superficial. In Persian? Say loudly, zahir bin. Yes, they are looking at what? At the zahir, at the surface. Got it? Then Imam Rahmatullahi alayhi says that when a human dies, so it doesn't mean that his nasama or his nafs natiqa has totally disconnected themselves from his jasad and from his body. His body is somewhere in shape of small particles. In shape of small particles. So they have a connection with those particles. They have a connection with those particles, and we call it al-hayatul barzakhiyya, the life in barzakh. The life in barzakh. So that life is because of that. And Imam Rahmatullah alayh, to bring it close to our understanding and approach, he has given us a term that connection is like a khayali or wahmi connection. Like a khayali or wahmi connection means imaginary connection. And he says imaginary connection, it has effects as well. It has effects and results as well. For example, as I told you, if you are sitting alone and you imagine a lime or lemon, that I cut it and I am squeezing it in a water. Yes, if you will touch with your tongue a lemon, what will happen to your mouth? Watery. Yes, it will start watering. Now, if you will imagine the lime in such a way, so still your mouth will start watering. Is it? Yes. Or not? Yes. And as I told you that the young people. So anyhow, yes. So sometimes they go to that extent that they are in need of bathroom, otherwise they have not touched anything. Yes? Got it? So that is called, Imam Rahmatullah is that this is khayali connection. So he said that connection in barzakh is a type of khayali connection only to make you to understand. Otherwise, there is no any other measurement or paymana or criterion to teach you. Imam is trying to bring things close to our aql and to our approach. So then, Imam Rahmatullahi alayhi says that with death, anyway, the ruh-e-hawai or the ruh-e-hawani, that has come out of its shell. And the shell has the physical requirement, the food, the drink, the shahwa, the desire, and just name it. Now, when the ruh Hawaii, it came out of the shell, so the body does not have those requirements anymore. And these are the requirements of Malakiyya, requirement of Bahimiyya. Say, that's the Bahimiyya. So it means the Bahimiyya shell requirements have gone away. Now when that is gone away, so connection to Malakiyya and to Hadith al Qudsi, they became strong. So now when that connection became strong, so depend what type of person a person was. If he was a good guy, so from Hadith al Qudsi, he will be having good signals. And if he is a bad guy, so punishing signals. Got it? Why? Because the shell is gone. And then Imam Rahmatullahi alayhi, he says that as you know, that human is a combination of Malakiyya and Bahimiyya. Yes? Yes. And they are ishtibak, entering into one another like this. They are in one another like this. So both of them, they have some color of the other. Malakiyya has a color of Bahimiyya and Bahimiyya has a color of Malakiyya. Now depend in which person the color is too much prevailing and in which person that is some light and slight color of Bahimiyya or Malakiyya or of Malakiyya or Bahimiyya. So Imam Rahmatullahi alayhi, he says that now that is the prevailing situation. If the Malakiyya color is prevailing the Bahimiyya color, so the guy will be practicing good, and after death he will be having a good reception from Hadith al Qudsi. But if the Bahimiyya had overtaken the Malakiyya color and it was prevailing, so after death, when the shell has gone out and connection to Hadith al Qudsi has become strong, so now therefrom the punishing signal will be coming to the guy concerned and he will be getting punished. So Imam said Rahmatullahi alayhi wa'alam. And know, anna min al-a'mali wal-hay'at ma yubashiruhu al-insan, that a'mal and hay'at mean the shapes and the kayfiyat. Ma yubashiruhu al-insan bida'ayatin min qalbi, are those that which a human he is doing because that is the requirement of his heart, a requirement of his nature. فَلَوْ خُلِّيَ وَنَفْسُ, so if you will leave him alone with himself, لَمْ سَاقَ إِلَى ذَلِكَ وَلَمْ تَنَعَ عَنْ مُخَالَفِهِ, so he will go towards those actions which is the requirements of his nafs, good or bad, yes, and وَلَمْ تَنَعَ عَنْ مُخَالِفِهِ, and he will stop himself to do something against that requirement. وَمِنْهَا مَا يُبَاشِرُ لِمُوَافَقَةِ الْإِخْوَانِ. And from these a'mal and actions, there are some that he is doing it because he is affiliated to some brother, they are doing that. Affiliated to some brother, that they are doing that. أَوْ لِعَارِضٍ خَارِجِيٍّ, or some motive from outside is pushing him to do that. مِنْ جُوعٍ, like the hunger is pushing you to eat, or the atsh and the thirst is pushing you to drink. So that is a ariz which is pushing you from outside. وَنَحْوِهِمَا, and the like of that. إِذَا لَمْ يَصِرْ عَادَةً, as long as that has not become his aada. So if that has not become his aada, so whenever the motive will happen, he will do that. If the motive will disappear, he will not do that. Got it? لَا يَسْتَطِيعُ الْإِقْلَاعَ عَنْهَا. Iqla mean taking off. That he will not be able to take off from these things as long as the motive is there. فَإِذَنْ فَقَعَ. So when that ariz khariji, infaqa mean if that is zala, infaqa mean zala, if they disappear and that is gone, فَإِذَنْ فَقَعَ الْعَارِضُ إِنْحَلَتِ الدَّاعِيَةِ, so that requirement is also gone. إِنْحَلَتِ الدَّاعِيَةِ, that is also gone, vanished. فَرُبَّ مُسْتَحْضِرٍ بِعِشْقِ إِنسَانٍ أو بالشعر أو بشيء آخر يستر إلى موافقة قومه في اللباس. Now look, somebody, he is in love with a human. He is in love with a human. That is the ishq and his love which is pushing him to walk like him, to sit like him, to speak like him, to dress like him. Because he is in love with. If somebody, he has love with shi'r, love with shi'r, so that will be pushing him towards that he will be saying that, he will be saying that is his love. Whatever his love is, with shi'r and sha'ir, أو بشيء آخر, or something else, يستر إلى موافقته, so he will be in need of to be like those people في اللباس, in the dress, والزي, in حلية and appearance. فلو خلي ونفسه, so if he would be left alone, وتبدل زيه, and he changed that nature of him, he is not doing like that, so لم يجد في قلبه باسا, he is not care, he is not care from inside that he was doing a thing and now he left it. He was doing it because no more love is there. No more love is there. وَرُبَّ إِنسَانٍ يُحِبُّ الزَّيَّ بِالذَّاتِ, but sometime in appearance or a dress, someone is in love with bizarre in itself. That is not because of something else. For example, you are in love with this white dress, not because you are trying to resemble someone, but you yourself. So that is called muhabbat bizarre. But if you are in love with the white dress because of your love with someone who is dressed in white, who is that? So as long as your love with that guy is there, you will be in love with dress. If you will not in love anymore with the guy concerned, so the white dress is gone as well. Got it? Say, got it or not? Yes. So, فَلَوْ خُلِّيَ وَنَفْسُهُ, so if he would be left alone, لَمَا سَمْحَ بِتَرْكِهِ, he will not be that generous to say bye-bye to the white dress. لَمَا سَمَحَ بِتَرْكِهِ. Masmuh mean not taking care. Samahat mean not taking care. وَإِنَّ مِنَ الْإِنسَانِ الْيَقْظَانُ بِالتَّبْعِ. الْيَقْظَانُ, that's the khabar of inna. Mawli Yusuf. وَإِنَّ مِنَ الْإِنسَانِ الْيَقْظَانُ بِالتَّبْعِ, that's the ism of inna. And from the human, there is yaqzan bit tab'a. Yaqzan bit tab'a means naturally he is a sharp guy. He is an awake guy, not he is sleepy. يتفتن بالأمر الجامع بين الكفرات. In so many things, he is looking. Tafattun, fitanat is directness, smartness. That he is that smart. In so many things, he is looking for something common. ويمسك قلبه بالعلة دون المعلولات. So he ويمسك قلبه بالعلة. His heart is holding the cause, not the result. He is holding the cause, not the result. والملكة دون الأفاعيل. He is looking for some instinct, to have an instinct in his nature, not only to action apparently. ومنه الوصنان بالطبع. And from human, there is الوصنان خوابيدة. In Persian we call it خوابيدة, sleepy. Yes, that naturally somebody is sleepy. ومنه الوصنان بالطبع. Yes, so he will be sitting for, now we don't have, some time back we used to have a few brothers. Yes, I was giving the center. And I was saying to so So he was saying, picking up my term, he said, no, I was not sleeping, hibernating only. That I was hibernating. So there are hibernating people. وَمِنْهُ الْوَصَنَانْ بِالتَّبَعُ يَبْقَى مَشْهُورًا بِالْكَسْرَةِ. So he is looking at so many things. And he is busy in so many things. عن الوحدة, he is not going to something common. بالوحدة means he is not going to something common. وبالأفاعيل عن الملكات, he is looking at the action and too much involved in action rather than to make it his instinct. وبالأشباح عن الأرواح, and he is looking at the apparent things and not to the arwah and to the spirit of things. وَعْلَمْ أَنَّ الْإِنسَانَ إِذَا مَاتَ, and know that human, when he dies, in fasaha jasaduhu, so his badan has become fasid, decomposed. Yes, jasadul arzi means made of dirt. So his body that decomposed. وبقيت نفس النطقية متعلقة بالنفس, but his nafs natiqa is hanging with his ruh hawaii. That is, hanging with his ruh hawaii, mutafarriqatan ila ma indaha, and now he has time for those things which he has stored in itself, or that was stored in itself. وطرحت عنها ما كان لضرورة الحياة الدنيا من غير داعية قلبية, and whatever his requirement was in this physical life, and this that has been dropped, as I have given you the detail. من غير داعية قلبية, without any qalbi requirement. وَبَقِيَ فِيهَا مَا كَانَتْ تُمْسِكُ فِي جَرْسِ جُذُورِهَا, in the whole life, whatever have been stored there in the roots of its nafs. In the roots, as I mentioned maybe today in my khutbah, that whatever you are doing, that is getting printed on your nafs natiqa and your khuliyat and your cells. Yes? I said it in Jummah? Yes. So anyhow, Imam Rahmatullah says that whatever is getting printed there, and he is keeping it or reserving it, fi jazri jawhariha, fi asli jawhariha. Juzur means the roots. Jazr means the root, and juzur means the roots. وحينئذ تبرز الملكية, so there the angelcy appears. وتضعف البهيمية, and the animalcy has become weak. ويترشح عليها من فوقها, and now it is sprinkling upon him from the upperward yaqeen بحظيرة القدس. So from the upperward yaqeen and strong belief in حظيرة القدس and in the word of angel, that is sprinkling upon him. وبما أحصي عليها هنالك, and whatsoever has been counted and written for him here, because whatever we are doing, that is getting printed there in حظيرة القدس with the angels. وحينئذ تتألم الملكية أو تتعقم, now depend that what he had done in his physical life, if that is bad or evil deeds, so تتألم الملكية, so now his malakiyah and animalcy is getting pain. أو تتنعم, and if his deeds were good, so now he is enjoying that. وعلم أن الملكية, and know that angelcy عند غوصها في البهيمية, when it dips in bahimiyya, as I told you that they are dipping in one another like this. وَإِمْتِزَاجِهَا بِهَا, and mingling with لَا بُدَّ أَن تُزْعِنَ لَهَا إِزْعَانًا مَا, so for sure it will be getting color from that is in qiyad, إِزْعَانَ لَا بُدَّ وَأَن تُزْعِنَ لَهَا إِتَنْقَادَ لَهَا إِزْعَانًا مَا إِنْقِيَادًا مَا. To some extent the malakiyah and the angelcy also surrender to bahimiyya. Also because of that close imtizaj and istibad. وَتَتَأَثَّرُ مِنْهَا أَثَرًا مَا, and to some extent it is getting affected therefrom. لكن الزوار, so Imam Rahmatullah said, that is not bad that your malakiyah has taken a color of animals. That is not bad. But if the animalcy has overtaken your malakiyah, that is the actually harmful thing. So he said, لكن الزوار كل الزرار, but the utmost harmful thing is أن تتشبه فيها هيئات منافرة في الغاية, that if some kayfiyat and shapes and suwar and pictures will take place in malakiyah which is totally against the nature of malakiyah. Got it? So والنافع كل النفع أن تتشبه فيها هيئات مناسبة في الغاية, and the nafi' or the beneficial for the malakiyah is that such like shapes or printing has taken place in malakiyah which is suitable for malakiyah. فمن المنافرات أن يكون كبير التعلق بالمال. So now what is munafara? Munafara means which is against the nature of malakiyah. So some of the against the nature of Malakiyya is أن يكون قوي التعلق بالمال والأهل, that he is too much in love with the family and with wealth. Too much in love with family and with wealth. لا يستيقن أن وراءهما مطلوبا قوي الإمساك للهيئات الدنية في جذر جوهرها. He does not have any belief that beside ahl and mal, beside family and wealth, there is another thing to be sought, or there is another thing to be required. He doesn't think like that. He is 100% involved in these two things. قوي الإمساك للهيئات الدنية, so he is holding very firmly بالهيئات الدنية. دنيا mean الرذيلة. بالهيئات الدنية أي الرذيلة, the lowest thing and the lowest كيفية في جذر جوهرها, in the roots of its نفس ونحو ذلك, مما يجمعه أنه على الطرف المقابل للسماحة. Keep in mind that Imam Rahmatullahi alayhi later on, he will be saying that a human by nature, he wants to be sa'id and lucky. Where? In the eyes of Allah or in the hereafter. Imam Rahmatullah alayhi says that how a person will become lucky if he will adopt and practice 4 things. How many? 4 things. Number 1, taharat or purity in every aspect of life. Bodily, he is pure. Yes. Dress-wise, he is pure. Food-wise, he is pure. Drink-wise, he is pure. Dress-wise, he is pure. Business-wise, he is pure. Job-wise, he is pure. Friendship, he is pure. Relation, he is pure. Got it? Taharat. That's called what? Taharat. And number 2, that is ikhbat. Ikhbat, obedience to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That everywhere he is looking towards the order and commandments of Allah, that what is obedience in this field and what is obedience in this field. Got it?
Yes.
And number 3, samahat, generosity. It has 2 meanings. Number 1, generosity, and number 2, forgiveness. That he is very generous people. If something happened to him by the hand of somebody else ignorantly or as an accident or something like that, so he ignores that and he forgives. So that is al-akhlaqul aliyah, that is the highest noble character. That's what. And generosity. And what is generosity? That he is giving preference to other instead of his own needs. Instead of his own needs. So that is samahat. And number 4, adalat. Adalat means that he is giving every particle and every creature its own right, or its due right, without being forced by anybody. He is not depriving anything of its due right. Got it? Like in your house, there are plants. The rights of these plants are to water it, especially in hot weather. Yes? So as long as you are thinking of those plants, it means that you have the adalat. If you are not giving it water and you can do, so it means that you are doing zulm. Got it? Or not it? So just apply that to every single particle in the creature of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So anyhow, now here, Imam Rahmatullahi alayhi says, وَنَحْوِ ذَلِكَ, and like of this, so many akhlaq razila or kirdar razila or af'al razila, the lowest category actions are evil. يَجْمَعُ عَلَى أَنَّهُ عَلَى طَرَفِ الْمُقَابِلِ لِلسَّمَاحَةِ, which gather him together that he is on the opposite side of samahat. Samahat, as I mentioned. Samahat, as I mentioned, one of the 4 qualities. وَأَن يَكُونَ مُتَلَبِّسًا بِالنَّجَاسَاتِ, and that he is too much involved with dirty practices or dirty things. Mutakabbiran ala Allah, and he is showing muscle to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, showing pride to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Lam ya'rifhu, he never known Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or lam yakhza' lahu yawman, nor he surrendered to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for a day. Wa nahwi zalika, and thing like this. مما يجمعه أنه على الطرف المقابل للإحسان, which gathers him together or make him a person that he is on the opposite side of ihsan. He is on the opposite side. So opposite side of ihsan is zulm. Got it? وأن يكون ناقض توجه حزيرة القدس. Now look, the angels of حزيرة القدس what their signals are coming to this world. For human to be good, to be nice and wise, and for society to be established on peace and justice. To be established on peace and justice. Now, these are the signals coming here, and we are bound to comply with those signals of Hadith al Qudsi and to work for it. But if we are doing other way around, so it means that we are breaking their signals. What the signals are coming down, we are going against it. So such like evil people, Imam Rahmatullah Alayhi says that he is the breaker, Naqizni, the one who breaks. That he is the breaker of the tawajjuh, of the focusing of Hadith al Qudsi fi nasr al-haq. What is the tawajjuh of Hadith al Qudsi, or what they want you to do? Fi nasr al-haq, to support the truth. To what? To support the truth. وَتَنْوِيهِ أَمْرِهِ ta'zim, tanweeh means ta'zim, and to magnify the amr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, وَبِعْثَةِ الْأَنْبِيَاءِ, and to be focused on the message of the Anbiya alayhimu salawat wa taslimat, وَإِقَامَةِ النِّظَامِ الْمَرْزِي, and try to establish that system which is likened to the angels of Hadith al Qudsi, which is likened to the angels. And what system is like to the Hadith al Qudsi, which provides peace and justice to the creature, which provides peace and justice to the creature. فَأُصِيبَ مِنْهُ الْبَغْضَاءُ وَاللَّعْنُ. Now if the guy concerned or the people concerned, they are breaking that tawajjuh and focusing and signaling of Hadith al Qudsi, so what will happen to them therefrom? Al-Lahn wal-Baghdha, they will hate them, and they will curse them, and they will face the consequences. Got it? Because they are not getting the signals and they are not complying with, so now therefrom the arrows of curse will come and the arrows of enmity will come. Got it? So there will be a bloodshed, there will be a fasad, yes, there will be a disorder, there will be a mischief. Why? Because these people have broken the tawajjuh of Hadith al Qudsi. Got it? وَمِنَ الْمُنَاسَبَاتِ, and those amal which is munasib are suitable, mubasharatu amal and tuhaki at-tahara, to do such an amal which shows the taharat and the purity, wal khuzu' lil bari, and humbleness to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, wa tuzakkiru hal al malaika, and which can remind you the hal of malaika and angel, wa aqaid tanzuha min al-itminan bil hayat ad-dunya, and such like aqaid and belief which can tanzuha nafs, which can bring out the nafs of that insan min al-iman bil hayat ad-dunya, not to be satisfied with the worldly attachments only, or with the worldly life, wa an yakuna samhan, and to be generous, sahlan, very soft, wa an ya'tif alayh ad'iyat al-mala'i al-a'la, and then the dua of the angels of Mala'i A'la will come to him, wa tawajjuhatuhum an-nizam al-marzi, and also their tawajjuhat and signals will come to him, and their tawajjuhat are signals are to establish a system which is like to them. Wallahu a'lam. Wa sallallahu ta'ala ala khair khalqi Muhammadin wa alihi wa sahbihi.